Hi y'all. Um I've been speaking my mind lately, and as always, as predicted, I'm losing followers like flies. But I don't really care because just talking to y'all helps me a little bit right now, so I'm going to do it. What I wanted to talk about is the fact that we're going to all turn into a tribe in the next 10 years. Like, everyone's like joining groups and picking sides and fighting. Yeah. Tribes fight, They're a group of people who all stick together as brothers and sisters, and everyone fights for territory and power. So I definitely see more tribes being formed in our country and other countries. And everyone thinks they're right. So beware, y'all. It's gonna get worse. I also wanted to talk about how I used to have rich friends. And I did date one person that was wealthy in my life. Just one. But they all have similar attitudes and things about them that match everyone. And it's kind of strange. Now I don't have any wealthy friends at all. And, that's okay. Because honestly, the wealthy friends I had in my past, their attitude about other people was really negative and really sad. Granted, that's probably why they still have money and why they're still wealthy, is because they don't associate with people like me. But, one thing that I noticed a lot about the super wealthy, especially millionaires, granted, I've never known a billionaire, so I'm not like, I don't know anyone that's filthy rich, but I have known millionaires, and I did date a millionaire once. And, it's all about money to them. And not only do they have the money, they hoard the money. And they don't spend their money because they want that giant number in net worth. They want to be worth as many millions as humanly possible. So a lot of them just sit on their money and don't spend it. And I think that's the biggest difference between someone who is wealthy and someone who is poor. Because when you're poor, you got to spend your money. And a lot of poor people see the lives of the rich and famous, and they feel like they're entitled to live a little bit of it. And I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just when you do live like that and you're not rich, you are really poor and you never have extra money in case an emergency happens. And I understand, I notice a lot of the people who don't have much money, they spend a lot of money on fast food, which is hella expensive now. They spend their money on cigarettes and drinks and parties and all that. And, I can't really be angry or sad at them because that's what they look forward to all week. They look forward to the weekend. They look forward to Friday. They look forward to having their drinks and their parties and their cigarettes and all that, and they feel entitled to it. And, I'm not saying they shouldn't do that because, let's face it, y'all, when you work 9 to 5, 5 days a week or 6 days a week in most cases, you want that one day where you can just let loose and party. So, I get it. But the biggest spending habits I see between the rich and the poor is all the rich people I knew never spent their money on fast food, never, spent a lot of their money on things like cigarettes and alcohol, they would just save and save, and then they would invest. They would invest in stocks, bonds. If they're really rich, they would buy property and sit on it until it was worth a lot more and then sell it. Same with old cars and collectibles and stuff like that. So, but the most of their money, though, I would say, like at least a couple million, they would just hold on to and not spend it. Well, let's be honest. You give $1 million to someone that's never had $1 million, they're probably going to go out and spend as much of it as they can on a house, on a car, on eating out, living the high life. And then before you know it, they're poor again because it's the way they spend their money. And that's the biggest difference that I see between the rich and poor is the rich spend their money wisely and they usually hold on to it, and the poor get it and spend it. So, but there's also a huge different attitude, which is why I stopped dating one of my millionaire boyfriends, was how he treated other people. And that's why I'm poor, honestly, because I do care about other people. I try to give my shirt off my back to someone who needs it. I try to help out as much as I can, where a lot of wealthy just won't. And the few wealthy I did know, they were kind of racist. They treated the poor like crap. They thought they were entitled to be treated better than everyone else. And they had just that rich person attitude, which I don't really like. And there's a lot of it here now. A lot of it is older people with a lot of money, but they still treat the working class like crap. And unfortunately, I believe everyone's human, and I think everyone deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. And, I guess that's why I'm where I'm at, because I do hang out with people that don't have anything, and, it kind of keeps me in the rut. And I don't hang out with anyone with money now, mainly because they do see my baggage and they do know my past, but a lot of it's just, I don't have a nice car, I don't have a nice house, I don't have a big bank account with lots of money, my net worth is zero, so like when they find all that out, they don't want to be my friend no more, because, they're, in their mind, rich people stick with rich people and poor people stick with poor people. And as of now, I have no rich friends. I have no one that could help me financially with anything. But at the same time, I'm still happy, because honestly, when I did have the rich friends, they never really shared their wealth. They kind of kept it to themselves, and they treated other people badly, and they talked about themselves all the time, like, oh, I did this, I am the shit, I am, I'm Superman, Superwoman. And, so one thing I did notice a lot about the really wealthy, though, is they think they are better than everyone else. And I guess that attitude keeps them in their mind, and in a lot of people's mind, better than everyone else, because they stick to their flock, where my flock is a very hungry flock, and their flock is just all the same. And, like most of the time they grew up that way, they've been that way, and they feel like that's where they belong. And, makes sense, a rich person around a poor person, I'm sure the poor person's going to ask for their money and how to spend it, and they're going to say, see ya, hasta la vista, auf Wiedersehen. So, yeah. Anyway, just wanted to chat on that. This is Nikki Blue on Tickety Talk and Blue Star 3 on YouTube, and I just wanted to say, honestly, and it probably will keep me poor the rest of my life, but I'd rather be friends with the poor than the rich, because the rich, their attitudes are just really greedy, honestly, and mean.